Hi friends, this is Gail O'Neill, and I teach stamping. I hope you enjoy. Hi guys. Okay, so what I decided to do tonight was some alternative paper pumpkin. This, I have to admit, is definitely not one of my favorite paper pumpkins. I don't do a lot of 3D stuff, but for somebody who needs, gift cards, they have in there. I have mine all torn apart, and I used a piece of that. But this would be, the start of the basket. I think there's four of them, and then you get these sheets of it's tissue paper, but it's a little thicker than normal tissue paper, and it's got the green, the blue, the red. It's got all kinds of stickers in here. The leaves. This would be the handle for the basket, but I'm using them all for alternate things. This is also, I think, for handle. So these will get all cut up. These are the little 3x3 cards, which if you didn't want to use them for this, you can use them for, for anything. The envelopes, I did tear a couple apart. I mean, you could even cover this up if you didn't want the, the apples on it, or use the insides, and then if you have other 3x3s, decorate them differently. But it did come with a lot of neat stuff. Some brads, some ribbon, dimensionals. That's paper I was using. These little vellum sheets, some tags, more, let's see, strawberries we're going to be using tonight, so I'm going to pull them out. Here's some more tags. These are, to stamp on, which I'm going to be using, so I'll leave that out as well. That's about it. Here's some more. There were two sheets of that. Oh, the blueberries, and the apples. And of course, it always comes with an ink pad and the stamps, which are right here. So what I do when I'm doing alternative cards is I go to my stash sometimes and pull out other things that I can use. Not always stamping with customers that, I have to use everything that's current. So go to your stash and see what you have that would, match, and pull out a few things. We all have a stash of something. People give me gifts, and a lot of times, I mean, I've had this for years, but these little red and blue ones and the green ones would look great on some of these cards. And of course, I just thought of it while I was waiting to go live. But then I had these little sparkly brads. So let me get started and throw all this back in the box. I may still have to grab something from there. So the basic colors in this is Blueberry Bushel, Poppy Parade, and Granny Apple Green, and then Crumb Cake, of course, which is what all this is. So let's go ahead and do something. I'm going to put this aside. So these are two cards that I came up with. This was using the Stamparatus to get that with this stamp here, and then these dotted lines. So, I just kind of did something, put this through and did happy birthday. Then using the tissue paper and other stamps. I mean, we used to have a picnic stamp. I don't have it, but it had ants, so you could use this whole picnic theme and stamp some ants going across. There's a lot of alternate things that you can do. So those were two of the cards. Let's go ahead and do this one. So this is one of the cards I came up with. And it does take a little bit longer when you're, you know, you're playing like this, because that's what it is. It's, you know, just coming up with something different. So I took tissue paper, and I think that was, I don't even remember, because I think I went smaller. So let's see. This one was 3.5 by 4 3/4, and then my other normal layers, 3 3/4 by 5, 5 1/8 by, oh god, I'm losing it again, 3 7/8, right, 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. Numbers don't like to stay in my head. Okay, so what we're gonna do is move some of this stuff out of the way, and we're gonna start gluing this down just so it doesn't blow away, because I do have my little fan going. This does like to blow away. Now if I can get it straight with the fan going. But god, I'm dying. Okay, so we got that layer. And we'll add that one. Okay, and then I had an apple. And I did see somebody take this little piece that comes out of here, and she saved it. So of course I saved mine, but I didn't copy it yet. And it looks like a little smile. So she made this silly face on a card and put, I think it was happy birthday. So I'm going to save that. Probably copy that idea. And I'll need an apple for the other card. And 2 blueberries, one for each card. And then the strawberries. So this one has a little strawberry, and then a big strawberry for the other one. And then that can go back in the box. Okay, so what I did is I took some Merry Merlot. And I wanted, I mean, when you put this apple on the card next to that, they're kind of like blah. So I took the Merry Merlot and then inked. And you had to see my hands, and they'll probably get the same way. So I actually changed the color of the strawberry. Just by inking it with a darker red. And that is how we get ink. Okay, so that's ready to go. Then I should do the other one at the same time. I'll just get dirty twice. Okay, then I took the Poppy Parade, and I think it's that one. And I kind of did the same thing, just to give it some dimension, a little bit of shading. Okay, and then of course, if you do it with that, you got to do the blueberry too. I just couldn't decide on the blueberry. There's a little piece that comes out, and on one of the cards I punched it out, and in the samples they have it punched out, but I don't know, you wouldn't be seeing that behind it. So on one I left it in, and I'm going to leave it in on this one, and just try to go a little bit darker on my shading in that spot. And maybe it'll look more like a blueberry. But I think without doing the shading, it kind of just looks flat. And it doesn't take that much longer. Just you get a little dirtier. Okay, so then what I did is decided where am I going to put these. So there was my choice. And you can really see the difference of what that looks like. Like much richer, and you see a difference between the strawberry and the apple, which to me was a big deal. Where are those little... Okay, so we're going to use 2 of these. And then, because this set has, the only words that were in it was for you, to, from, because it was more of, you know, like thank you and thank you, thinking of you. So, you know, if you're a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, you end up with like all these different things. So I pulled a few of them and then decided to use to you and the happy birthday. And on the sample I did it in black. I'm going to try and do it in this and hope it's dark enough. I think it should be. So let's get up in there. Yeah, it's going to be good. And then the to you. And then, of course, I had to do a little bit more around the edges so it's not so stark. You had to see my hands earlier. I mean, I was just totally blue. Okay. And then there was the stickers that have the leaves, and I don't think I pulled them out. But yet, I don't see them. Alright, we're going to pretend I put a leaf right there. And I'll look again in a second. Alright, so these I put up. And the ones that come with the Paper Pumpkin, I usually use those in emergency or when I want something to be even a little bit higher, because they are a little bit thicker than the regular ones. Okay, so we're going to put the happy birthday there. And the to you, I really want those leaves. Aha! Okay, so we're going to take one of these leaves and I want to set it down about there. Then I can take this and my tape so I put that and that. Oops, this one gets and put that like that. tape is skipping. Why is it doing that? And then mount it. And there you go. So they're kind of cute, huh? Hi, cat. Nothing better to do on a rainy day. So you came to watch me? Ha! Okay, so for the other card is this one is what I came up with. So what I did for this was take one of those 3x3 cards and I used that as my base. But then also before I thought, well, what if I put that through one of our folders? So I'm going to do it that way and see how it comes out. So I did put that, I glued that together. And let me do what I did before and do my base first. That's the inside. So I used the green tissue paper this time. I'm only putting a little, it'll stay down with all the other stuff that's going to go on it. I was also thinking you could take it and like take pieces of it and kind of decoupage it onto a piece and then use it as a background. So let me move that out of the way so I have more room. And then white piece. Oh, I did the white piece. That's going to go directly on here now. And I didn't score it. I don't like to just fold, so let me give that a quick score at 4 1/4. Okay, and that's going to go directly onto that. I don't have to worry about ribbon, so I'll do that and then put it aside. Okay, so I'm going to stick that aside. You know what? I may as well do this on the inside, because on dark cardstock you like to put an inside piece in. Okay, so we're going to put that aside. And then there should be another little piece. So I used from one of these. I thought it was kind of cute. May good things grow all year long. So it kind of went with the fruit. Goes with flowers too, if you were putting flowers. So I'm going to use the blueberry bushel. And just stamp that straight. And then, what'd I do? Put it away? I don't think so. There it is. Okay, so this is the 1 3/8 scallop. And I just kind of, and it just fits. You might lose just a little drop of it. And then I just mounted that on here. Okay, so we have that ready. So now I can go ahead and I'm going to put this down. Oh, I really didn't want to. Okay, I'm good. And then I think I'm going to put some liquid glue. So then I took one of these. Yeah, it's going to need liquid glue. And I just laid that over the top. And it's got its own stick on it. And then I folded that over. and that over. And then I took my poker and just punched a hole through there. And then took one of the brads that came with it that I think I threw back in the box here somewhere. Yep, there they are. Put that through there. Okay, so let me get some liquid glue because that's really not going to stick good unless I do. Or the tear and tape would be my other suggestion. Okay, so I'm sticking really everything but that top piece so I can tuck things in. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and do all this sponging again. So we have the large strawberry, another apple. Okay, that's the Merlot, so that's going to be, let me do it in the same, this is how I end up with everything all over me. So we're going to get that more of a strawberry color. And I love my strawberries when they're nice and rich looking. See, and these little suckers, like, should have been green. Okay. Then I'm going to take the Poppy Parade. I'll keep that little smile. You just get some dimension in there. Okay, and then again, the blueberry. And then we can put everything together. So I want to get that middle spot and then go around. What's nice too when you do ink it, can you see that there's like that white from punching it out? It's not solid like our regular cardstock. So that kind of gets rid of that as well. Okay, so putting that together, I just want a little bit more on that. Oh, I'm glad that was the red and not the blue I just used. Okay. So that's going to go there. Yeah, the ink doesn't dry as fast. I don't know what kind of, it's like a shiny cardstock, so that's why I'm getting full of ink. You just want to be careful when you're doing something like that and it's not our regular cardstock, that you're not transferring it, especially if you're using some white. And then this I put up with some more dimensionals. And then we just have to add the leaf. And I'm thinking I really probably should have inked around that too. So may good things grow all year round. And in the inside you could probably put, you know, happy birthday. or something. And then we'll put those little leaves on. And I think I'll put two. So that's it. 2 alternative cards. So I would, you know, like take this all apart. This week I'm going to be really busy getting ready for our stamp camp on Saturday. There's still time to sign up and join us. It'll be in Ellenville. But the following week I'll try to do some more of these. But what you should do is take everything apart and put them, you know, with other like things. So just like I said, go to your stash and pull things that might, you know, go great doing alternatives. So if you do this, like I would definitely, I'm going to use all the strawberries and blueberries and those things. But, you know, the other cards and the envelopes, you know, I'll put with something so that at some point I can go, oh yeah, I've got that paper. That'll look great on that card. So that's my advice for, you know, when you're not using it all. And thanks for joining me, and I'll see you on Wednesday and wonder what we're going to be doing Wonder Wednesday. I'll see you then. Bye. Thanks.